Every player on this team is just not good. 7-on-2, and this is the result. Give me one more goddamn teammate.
Can I pen you now?
Don't fucking get him, team!
Oh,
God
man.
almighty! I was smarter as a sperm! Get my fucking ass off! These guys are sitting here. There's so many ways to not be bad.
Welcome back, everybody, to the first ever INID podcast. I Need Intelligence Data. Hopefully this is going to be a really good series going forward. We've got Where Are You, Aron? He's with us. We've got MetaJerk. He's with us. Bringing PlayStation and Xbox together here at the podcast. And we're just going to cover all the new changes that have come to World of Warships in the last 24 hours. And possibly even more things coming in the future. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to let Meta introduce himself to everybody.
Hey everybody, MetaJerk here. Let's see, I am a CC for World of Warships Legends, as some of you may know. I have a channel on YouTube where I mostly post what I hope are humorous videos. We definitely don't focus on education. In fact, it's probably more disinformation than education. But if you are interested, please head over there and check it out, just under my name.
It's got some pretty good content, pretty unique content. I enjoy it a lot. And this is, everyone on this channel already knows him. Aron, does he even need an introduction?
Howdy. I was gonna do my intro, but it's kind of repetitive.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. I'm going to go ahead and give you a C- on that one.
I couldn't. I don't know. A lot of things come to my mind very uniquely, but I just couldn't. I couldn't think of much to say on that one.
I can give you an original one. You ready for it? What's going on,
God.
YouTube? Hey, Aron here. We're back in the Cleveland again. We're by ourselves. We're gonna hold our flank over here.
It's either the Cleveland or the Baltimore. That's about it.
That's kind of what I've been doing recently too, though. So I can't
This
blame you.
morning it was Georgia, though. Speaking of,
The Georgia. That is a topic that we can talk a lot about. So I don't have it. I've seen it. You know, I'm not a CC. I didn't buy out the campaign. So the two people that have seen it and have played it can talk about it. But I can't. So why don't you guys go for it?
I've seen a lot of them out there already, but
Mm-hmm.
for me personally, I think it's going to be a fine ship. I don't think it's going to, change things dramatically. I find that it's fairly accurate. It's pretty well, but it's not. I think a lot of people are going into it expecting that it's going to have Yamato shells at tier 7, which it does not.
Right.
And it's very accurate. I haven't put too much time into it. I will, but I've been trying out different commanders on it. I actually put on Willis Lee, and I found it to still be accurate, but I haven't tried any of the special commanders yet. But definitely seems like a solid ship to me.
Yeah, not having the 18.1, right? That
Right.
overmatch capability, that 0.1 is huge in this game. So
Trust me, I never forget to add the .1.
yeah, 0.1 matters.
All those Embras need to watch out. They finally have something to fear.
Yes, that
You- I
ship
mean-
is.
Yes. Yeah. Edinburgh. Meta, you took the words out of my mouth. Like I feel like it's a great ship, but people are like, they expect Iowa day one deleting broadside Amagis who have no idea what they're doing, and they're not going to get that, and they're going to be disappointed.
Right.
So-
Right.
And like you guys just mentioned, the only ship that it really affects is the Edinburgh, which, how many of those do you see per game? So,
Mhm.
I've only seen one so far today.
so I had fun with it. Pretty decent game, but it's just like another American battleship. Do we?
Well, I will say that like the reload on it is pretty quick, and it is accurate. I've put out some pretty serious games, but it's not, to me, I don't think it's going to be a carry ship, you know? It's not going
Hmm.
to change things in that sense. It's still, you still need destroyers and cruisers out there to carry a game
Yeah.
most of the time,
Right.
and carriers to some
What was
degree.
your play style, Meta? Like flanking, agile,
Yes.
battle tanking? Okay.
Yeah, I try to use it, you know, because of how our spawn systems work, where if I spawn in the center, I'm going to stay in the center and I'm going to play it more of like a bow tanking sniper. But if I can get a flank spawn, then yeah, because it is really fast. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I've hit 37 knots so far with the speed boost on.
Wow.
But I think, but yeah, it gets going, and you know, it's if you can get access to those broadsides, it obviously is going to do some serious damage.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
I hit
sure. I'm sure
36.5.
IL Hipper, he's gonna come out with some 50-knot build.
Yeah, I could really try something funny and go for a pure speed build with it.
Give him 30
rudder
days.
shift.
He'll do something to it that we're not expecting. That's somehow still impressive.
Right,
Like,
and then be like, nah, I don't like it.
like his, what was it? His Emil
Yes.
Burton video. It's like 67 knots. I was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever had to try and shoot something that's going that fast with a battleship, but if it's mid to long range, you have to lead them like off of the screen to still
Yeah.
try and hit.
I mean, you could, with the Fantask, you can hit 63.5 knots.
Yep.
That is absurd.
That's so absurd.
I
So-
have you noticed the shells though, Meta, are a little floaty to me? They seem like the shells seem a little floaty to me. That could be lack of games played as the wind picks up here.
I was gonna say I didn't get that feeling from it, but um, you know, it's certainly not champagne shells, which
No.
are travel at light speed. But they did not. They didn't feel like the speed of the like Massachusetts or Alabama either. Those are very floaty to me. But
Mhm. So would you cross it in between Massachusetts, Alabama, Iowa?
I think it feels close. I mean, they feel like Iowa, you know, same as Iowa speed to me, but
Gotcha.
it didn't seem like it was a challenge to hit anything with it.
Gotcha. So nothing,
Yeah.
no crazy lead
They're just
changes,
not-
basically.
No, they're not rail guns, is what I was.
Yeah, they're you know,
Gotcha. They're just normal shells.
yeah.
You're just chalking from that. Okay. Gotcha. Well, you guys have played it. You guys have it. So you're going to be making content on it. So if anybody wants to see that gameplay or game footage, go over to Where Are You Aaron's channel. Go over to MetaJerk's channel because I'm sure they're going to be posting videos about it. Because I think this, from what I've seen, this might be one of their most bought out campaigns in a long time.
Yeah, there's I see a lot of them in games already, and
Yep.
yeah, I'm going to try and have a video up on it probably this week, within a few days.
And think that's just the people that, had the day off that bought
Right.
it when they woke up. Think about how many people are going to get off tonight and buy it and play it.
Oh,
Like
and by this weekend, ooh,
oh yeah,
Yep.
dude. This week, Wargaming's their bank account's going to be going woo.
yeah.
People out here buying doubloons like crazy, dude.
Yep.
I don't even know what it costs to buy out a campaign because I don't want to know.
I think it's 28,500.
So what's that check out to money wise? USD.
$70, $80.
Oh my god, I'm going in the video game business, dude.
Yeah,
Good
Mr.
Lord.
Conway is enjoying his third beach house right now. At half of
Jesus.
my expense too for all the crates.
That's
Wow.
yeah, plus the crates, dude. This was
Yeah.
a good drop for them as far as getting people to purchase doubloons.
Yep.
But that is
Speaking of
actually
crates,
yeah, that's a perfect segue. So we got the new USB-B line, right?
Early access.
But if you get the ship in early access via crate, when it comes out, you get the ship, right?
Yeah.
you keep it. Yeah, all the
You keep
XP
the
put
ship.
into it, it stays, and it's just rather than grinding out lines, now you get them in a crate, and if you're somebody like me, you're sitting on hundreds of millions of silver with nothing to spend it on.
Mm-hmm. That's me too.
Well, and global too. I boosted all the attachments because I don't
Yeah.
want to go with the. I think the North Carolina had 14.5 kilometer range base without the upgrade at tier 6.
Well, what do you guys think about this new? At peak, you are clearly more of a battleship main than myself. How do you feel about this line split?
It, you know, the lower tiers look like the Dreadnought. I haven't played any of them, but I've looked at the ship and I've looked at some of the statistics with the ship, and
Right.
they look like slow, long reloading, good secondary, heavy hitters. But that's not really like a solo playing kind of ship. You know, like if
No,
you're slow, then you're easy to pick off from just about anybody on the map. Doesn't matter if you're a
that's
cruiser, DD, or battleship.
right.
Plus the factor of it's a new ship in the game, and we all pick on the new guy. We all shoot at the new ship. There's a George on the other
Definitely.
team. I'm gonna try and get a permaflood on him. Like
Mm.
you just do it. Um, I don't know. I've heard things about the North Carolina having kind of squishy armor for tier 6 because tier 6 goes up to tier 7. If it can't compete in 7, then is the ship even very good? You know,
Well, yeah, it
You
does have the
mentioned the
25 millimeter bow here
it does. So it can be
Yeah.
pinned by what? Everything?
itself. Yeah,
Yeah.
every tier 6 and
15.
up.
Yep, 15-inch guns. It's safe for 14.
So, but I have also heard that the premium, though, the tier 6 premium was really good.
The
So,
Florida.
the Florida, and you've played the Florida. So, why don't you guys talk about that?
Uh, before Aaron says anything, I will say that this was one. I didn't know that it was coming out today. I thought this would be like the third week of the campaign and be like, okay, and here's the Florida. But no, we got all this stuff at once, and so that was kind of a surprise when I logged into my account today. Because as a CC, Wargaming gives us those premiums, and I was least excited about this, but it has turned out to be actually very fun. It's like an American Leon.
Hmm. How many guns does it have?
12. 12
12,
356s.
12
Mhm.
356. So, it's
And
basically a New Mexico at tier 6, having 12 shells.
yeah, and a turret layout similar to the Iowa, 2 in the front, 1 in the rear. And it seems pretty agile. Uh, and I think the reload was very decent on it as well. And so that's why I was like, I had no expectations about that ship. I didn't read anything about it or watch any comparison videos for how it is on the PC version of this game. So waking up and trying it out while my Georgia game was waiting to be finished, I was like, oh my, this is really fun.
Hmm. Yeah, I did see a thing from the PC version like 2 or 3 months after this whole line came out on PC. I'm pretty sure it was Flamu talking about it, and he said the Florida statistically was one of the best performing that came out with all those ships.
I could definitely see that being the case.
So, yeah, I definitely am thinking about picking up the Florida just for that reason. You guys are saying it's good. He said it was good on PC. It looks good.
I
Aaron, what do
loved
you
it.
think about it? Yeah.
I loved it. The Florida man prevails. It's it's just like the state and the people in it. It shocked me. Like I was expecting the North Carolina to be the one that I really loved at tier 6. And again, I don't think I have enough games to truly put a full this PSA out there yet. But I at one game in the Florida and I loved it. The AP hits very hard, and 12 even 12 HE shells if that's your thing, which seems like this game is potentially heading to. Then
Mm-hmm.
I think it's still it'll perform well at tier 6, but if it gets up tiered, it'll probably feel the effects of tier 7.
Mm.
That's true. Right before we started this, I was out in it, and I got smacked through the nose, obviously by an Amagi. But at 7 kilometers, I was also able to triple citadel him. So I was like, okay, well, this is fine. But yeah, it'll all the tier 6 battleships, short of the Synop, in my opinion, have a hard time being up tiered.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So
I mean that talking about that. What about balancing? Like, do we think are we ready to segue into balancing yet? Because I've got a notepad full of things here to talk about balancing.
well, before we go into balancing, I opened up
What
my
about that
Discord.
Montana?
I opened up my Discord yesterday and I had about 60 people join it, and my phone went off like crazy until 11 o'clock when I turned off my damn notifications. And I checked it this morning and somebody had pictures that they ran into in Montana in AI.
Oh boy,
Oh.
more battleships.
So obviously Montana's here because he fought it and he killed it in AI, but it's not in the Bureau.
I wonder if that was an accident. Like normally,
Just like
normally, I can't think of another time in the past where they've let a ship slip in like that.
yeah, I don't remember either. But then again, I don't play AI, so
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, I haven't played that in years.
I think I have about 9 AI matches.
I have shockingly more than I realized. I thought I didn't have that many. I think I
think
have
I
like
have,
a couple hundred.
I can actually look right now.
It's from back in the day, dude. You know, when I
I have
first got the
I
game.
have 23 with a 96% win rate. How do you lose an AI game?
I think I have a
Uh,
96 win rate too, but I can tell you how.
Super Unicum's right here
Yep.
yeah,
in AI.
I
Yep.
think mine's 96 as well.
Well,
I
My
I
most
used
played ship is the Tenryu with 5 matches played.
10 or UOP.
Yeah.
Well, the Bureau. Do you guys remember when the Bureau first came out? You could go into an AI game, quit the match, get a 0 score.
that's
And if you won,
exactly what I was about to say, dude. That's
you
how I have so many.
yeah. That's
Ah.
made the video about it.
You guys were
Mm-hmm.
cheating the system.
Yep.
Yeah, they fixed it.
Yeah. God damn it, Aaron. Just had to let the people know, didn't you? Just had to get a few more
Sure,
subs.
Wargaming was just really hunting down my channel for hacks on how to fix their game.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
one of Aaron's clickbaity titles.
yeah, exactly. Clickbait came back to bite you in the butt, didn't it?
How to
I
unlock
actually,
your bureau ships faster.
speaking of the Montana, I clickbaited because if you guys knew, I'm sure both of you knew this.
Yeah.
The spotter plane on the Iowa says USS Montana. That has
Yeah,
been in the for like almost. It's been a year plus. So
I think since its inception.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I clickbaited that one. I wonder if that video is going to get picked up by the algorithm now.
Well, I like that, it's reasonable to say that if it's in the game, it's most likely coming, and that's exactly what Legendary Tier needs is another battleship.
Mm-hmm.
About as much as it needs another destroyer.
As long as it takes us like 6 months to get it, then no harm, no foul.
Yeah, yeah. No boosting with Elite or Global XP either. So
Right.
no, but I mean, on a serious note, like, does that? I don't mind there being a Montana added to the game, but we need like 3 or 4 more heavy cruiser. We need 3 or 4
Mm-hmm.
more cruisers, period, in Legendary Tier
Period.
before
Yeah.
anything else.
Right.
Right. I mean, to me, it's one of those things where I know people like to play battleships. That's why there's 5 in a match. But I feel like getting into these heavy battleship matches is forcing. Well, obviously, legendary tier is just going to be battleships and destroyers mostly. we'll see Woosters in a month or so, but
Hmm.
I don't think the Wooster, and Aaron, you can tell me, you played this too. I don't think it's going to be what people think it's going to be. Like, it is not going to
No,
be able to counter all the destroyers.
Hmm.
no.
And we know the
With
Alaska damn sure can't.
yeah,
Right.
the Worcester will do a better job if a destroyer
Hmm.
tries to, and unless it's chilly games and he gets right up on my broadside with AP.
Right.
The
Uh,
Worcester can counter DDs inside of like I'd say 7, 8. Like you at 9 even, you're gonna have a tough time hitting with those floaty shells. But
Right.
well, the other
Right.
problem is there's, if unless there's going to be like 2 or 3 Woosters in the match, which it just doesn't look like that's how people want to play it. It's not going to necessarily matter because you're still going to have 4 or 5 Yamatos out there that are going straight through the bow of these
Hmm.
Woosters, and the fact that in the Wooster, if you're bow tanking, you've only got 3 guns, and to get all of them to fire, you have to give up the good soft broadside, and you will
Right.
get wrecked by
uh,
anything then.
Yep.
yep, I, I even in full bow tanking, like straight on 90 degrees or however you want to math that, whatever.
Yeah.
I have still taken either pins through. I don't know. I wish there was like a War Thunder type animation where I could see where they hit me, because
Yeah.
I still feel like I've taken full penetrations,
I
and I
think
don't. It's superstructure. I don't know if it's the sidearm. I don't know.
I feel like when I had access to it, I was looking at the armor viewer because I remember thinking the same thing. I'm like, I am bow on and I am taking massive hits here.
Hmm.
And I think you can still see a good amount of the side armor where it's 25 millimeters uh, from the front. And I don't know if that's what it was, or maybe I'm not as direct as I think I am, but I was taking big hits, even if just barely off from being exactly that 90-degree angle. So yeah, that ship is going to be a rude awakening for people who waited 3 months, got it, and are like, yeah, and then they just get blapped.
Well, it's been too long for me to talk about the Wooster. I played it, but it was a long time ago. But as far as the Alaska goes, it seems like I'm getting pinned either. It's like the shells are hitting my deck and ricocheting
Right.
into my superstructure and doing full pin damage. Like the amount of HP in my superstructure is more than my total HP of the ship.
Yeah,
Like no matter how much it gets fucking hit, like that shit'll get blacked out first couple salvos, and it'll
Right.
still hit me for 8,000 a fucking salvo, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like,
if only there was a way to play the game in game to test that. The certain room.
Right. Hmm. Well,
mm-hmm.
soon. TM question mark.
Hopefully.
Today's video has been brought to you by our requests.
Right.
Now, this is a great segue. Do you guys think they're letting the cruiser line kind of falter on purpose because the CV will step up, hopefully, if a smart CV player is playing, will step up and take that role of spotting and hunting down destroyers and keeping them lit for your team to kill?
Uh.
I'm not spotting in my German CV. I'm going straight for battleships and citadeling them right through their deck.
Right. I mean.
This is true. But the
Uh.
torp angles, though, on that thing, I mean, they line up when you click it, they line up so quickly.
Uh,
You
yeah,
know?
I don't know. I don't like CVs because I feel like I can't do as much as I can in a surface. But the spotting role that a CV plays you can't even begin to describe how important it is.
Yeah. And especially for destroyers. I mean, the torps on the Germans, like they have disgusting AP bombs. That is I can't even believe that's here. But the torps though, like when you torp a DD, it's partially luck when you're in a Lexington.
Right.
But for the Germans though, dude, I mean they turn on a dime and now you've got the invincibility button. and they
Right.
line up so damn quick that
That is only the tier 7
right.
carrier.
The tier 7, the invincibility. But that's still, the DD is running away. He's retreating to his friendly battleships, behind the cap, hoping to get their AA support. Click! Nope, no support for you, bud. And you just right on after him. Like,
Yeah. I GXP boosted all the way up to there just because there's nothing else to spend it on, and I'm definitely not a CV player, but I took that out and I found it incredibly easy to do very well in.
mhm.
And before we start recording this, I was mentioning how I was getting Citadel shots on a Scharnhorst, things I never knew were even possible, and there I was just you drop the bombs a little bit higher, you get more pin, and now you're hitting the Citadel on these battleships, which, as you can't repair, or what, you can repair
Mm-mm.
10% of it or something.
I think it's 10%.
10 or
Yeah.
20 or something. Yeah, it's low. It's next to nothing. So in other words, if something burns you down and you've got your 2 or 3 heals to then use, right? And before you get to pop your heal to take back that extra 15k that spammer took away from you and you didn't DC because that's the proper play, right? Before you get to pop that healer, right when you pop that heal, oh, here comes the airplane, Citadel. No longer. You don't get to heal that back. HP is gone forever.
I actually I saved the gameplay of this match so I could see. I got 10 Citadels and 17 Torpits with the
Oh my god.
with with the carrier, and I was like, I'm bad.
Oh, I
I
was
can
gonna
only
say,
imagine what good
like,
people are gonna do.
so I've got my 2 screenshots here, pulling them up real quick. Man, I did really well. Like you said, it was like no skill. I just did. Like, I don't play CVs very much. I dabble, here and there, but that's it. I just dabble.
Yeah, this particular one was a loss, and I'm looking at it now. I got Confederate and High Caliber. That was the only one to get medals on my team. It's
Yep. So my one tier 7 game I played, I know there was 2 Georges in it. I got a Confederate, a High Caliber, 15 Torpits, 18 bombs for 13 Citadels, 4 sinks.
Jeez.
And I know they only
Oh,
got 3 floods, so the torps don't cause flooding like some of the other torps do. So I know there's that, but the just being able to hit them, do a 180, and hit them again, you can literally land 5 torps on almost anybody.
yeah. I was gonna say. I recall at the beginning of this game, I saw Ganais now by themselves, so I went in there, hit him with 3 torps, made myself invincible, turned around and hit him with 3 more, and I was like, I bet that player's having fun.
The
the spreadsheet says they're having fun.
spreadsheet says they're having fun.
And then I'm gonna come back and triple Citadel him with AP bombers.
Let me it sounds like we're all just kind of, I don't want to make this a complaint fest because I do think carriers have balanced the game for the horrific concealment that is destroyers.
Yes.
Let me I mean, I agree in the sense I'm fine with carriers being in the game. I have no issue with that. But Peak, I'm curious for you. Have you tried the buffed Lexington?
Was it buffed today?
The
Yeah.
HE bombs do more damage now.
Why do they do that?
They went from, I think it was about 10,000 max to 10,500. So what is that, 5%?
Okay, so they didn't buff it much, but
Oh, they also increased the chance of a fire. They buffed that up by 2% to 54%.
oh my god. That's what didn't need to change. Okay. That I'm even okay with the upping the damage a little bit because the reality of it is the 5 or 6 bomb strikes per drop, it's just not there. I mean, you see those things. It's like the fucking backseaters eating a Snickers bar and throwing it out the window and it's trying to hit a ship. I mean, they drop all over the place, and that's on a good drop, you know. Now you've got to be dodging AA, right, and trying to get your drop. So realistically, you're only going to get 1 to 3 bombs, I would say, on average. I don't play them all the time, but I do dabble, and I play them enough. But the fire chance, like that, it was plenty high enough. Like, if I hit 1 bomb, I'm not expecting a fire. If I get 2 bombs, I'm probably thinking I'm gonna get a fire. If I hit 3 or 4, then I'm definitely getting a fire, you know?
Yeah.
Why did we have to touch that? That was fine, in my
I
opinion.
mean, yeah, it's it's 2%. Does that? We'll see. You know,
I mean,
that's something else to remember here. Is like if something starts overperforming, they are very capable of nerfing it quickly too.
that's true. You know, I would even be okay with the AP bombs if it took real skill to do it. Like I said, I went out there with 1 thumb in my backside and I citadeled the shit out of everything. I didn't even know what I was doing. I think the first game I had like 14,000 damage, dude. I didn't know how to drop them. I didn't know the angle. Like, I did terrible. Within the
Right.
second game, I stepped it up with a 4-kill game, 100k in a tier 5, wrecked everybody, dude. Just cleaned up house. And then I went up to 7, and I almost 200k to game with a 3200 base XP. Just rolled people, dude, like it was nothing. And there was no like, oh, I need to release it exactly 600 meters to get the Citadel. You know what I mean? So if
Yeah.
they were to
Yeah.
if they put that in the game with the AP bombs, specific for every ship, it requires so much pin, and that goes off of your height at release, the speed of the plane at the release, and how much pin you have set up on your commander to reach the Citadel, then I would be okay with it. Because then it would take real skill. But like I said, dude, I just went out there and just fucking clicked right trigger and a Citadel, Citadel, Citadel. And I was like, when I triple Citadel the Roma, you know, he was over half health. And drop. I turned around, he's dead. Like, he's got 1,000 health.
Yeah, I was able to consistently triple Citadel mini battleships, which
I mean,
that's about 30,000 damage with a I mean
1
that's
drop.
yeah. So and you could conceivably put on Celiax as an inspiration to increase that, so you would get just over 10,000, I think.
Does it affect those? I
I'm not
wasn't
sure.
okay.
I'm not sure because I think one of those German commanders does AP damage, and I wonder
mm-hmm.
if that applies. I haven't actually looked because
Yeah.
the
For
patch
Nana,
just came out this morning. These are like kind of initial thoughts, obviously.
Right, right. Yeah, we haven't played more than, what, 10 games in them? I played 3.
I think that's well.
Yeah, I'm definitely under 10. But
So,
yeah,
I guess closing thoughts for me, though, is I would like to see, they're obviously not taking it out of the game, right? We're stuck
right.
with it. I would like to see skill be required for the CV. Not for spotting, but if you're going to allow the CV to take a large chunk of my health, then also allow me to be able to counter it. You know, like, let me be able to throw him off by making a quick maneuver, and he then has to make the right maneuver to still try and hit me. You know, like I said with the bombs, I would like to see he has to drop at the exact right height with his setup to be able to Citadel me, because I think with just wait till everyone gets them and there's a German CV on the other team every single
Right.
time. I mean, your division's going to get touched. There's going to be no more sitting behind islands, like, at all. There's going to be no more battleships that can just park on the edge of the cap and defend the cap, and fight the enemy. It's like, if you're not going to be moving and grooving, you're going to be getting AP Citadel. Because I promise, though, like the Lexington and the Chicago, I could see why people weren't crazy about them, because you have to sweat your ass off to, like, really do good in those.
Well,
Like to have like 100+ K.
hearing you say that, I'm like, okay, well, maybe this will push more people into cruisers then again, because cruisers are where the AA is,
Mm-hmm.
and we definitely need more cruisers in the high tiers. I think everybody can see that it's very
Mm-hmm.
much 5 battleship games right now or more.
Right. Or
Um,
5 destroyer games.
right, and things are a little bit out of balance, and I'm wondering if maybe this bringing in this German carrier, because it honestly it can wreck battleships relatively easily.
Mm-hmm.
Unless maybe battleships can get a consumable that makes them invincible for to counter a drop, but not really.
Super
But yeah,
AA.
I don't know. I mean, like was saying earlier, it is really tough to be in a battleship in the high tiers right now, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
see that getting easier. But the solution to that is more cruisers, and it's
Mm-hmm.
be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem, folks. So there's some of that, but I also think that it's very early in this patch.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk to
Yeah.
us in a few weeks, we'll see how
Right.
the player base responds. So I can kind of see, what I feel like they're trying to do here, but the player base seems resistant to it, and like they're saying, no, this is how we want to play, and this is the only way we will play, and
Mm-hmm.
they refuse to do anything different. So we'll have to see if the player base can change and adapt to this.
Right.
I think we've mentioned before, you don't see carriers all that often. Uh, I didn't think that like, oh, there are people out there who are going to say I don't play carries until there are German ones, but now I don't know. Maybe that is the case because I actually feel like I can contribute with this, but I still don't see myself being a carrier player. But we'll see what happens with the meta.
Yeah, we will. I mean, for the first time, I mean, like I said, I've dabbled with CVs, and for the first time, I feel like I have a carrier that I can actually carry. So I don't know. Like you said, we'll have to like follow up on this a couple weeks from now,
Right.
and we'll have to see what we learn, because I'm sure we'll learn a lot probably in the
Yeah,
next few days.
I when I'm reviewing stuff, I like to do a good 100,000 XP in a ship before I really formulate an opinion on it. There are a few where it's like you instantly know, where it's like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Like that's
Cleveland broken.
right,
Ochkov
Ochkov,
broken.
right? Ochkov. I think it was like 3 games, and I was like, oh my god, this is too much. And yeah, same thing with the Cleveland. But what ship are you really looking to have added now? Is there a particular
Um,
ship that you're like, ooh, can we
Des
please get
Means.
this? The Des Moines, yeah,
Yeah,
Des
hands
Moines.
down. That would, while it can still get overmatched with the 27 millimeter bow, you can handle a lot more. I don't know. I want one. I want to play it. Two,
right,
I think it's to help. I don't think it's going to solve this destroyer madness problem right now with
Mm-hmm.
the backlog motto at 27.5 kilometers, because that's how much they can get their range to. Sorry,
I
Brad,
Right.
do,
but
I think it would definitely help
Yeah.
because it's got such a it's got a much faster reload than the Alaska,
Right.
and
mm,
can definitely wreck those destroyers.
And it's not quite the same class. I feel like Alaska's like a super heavy cruiser, almost like
Yep.
a small
ship.
battleship. And Des Moines, from what it looks like Baltimore. It looks like a medium heavy cruiser
Yeah.
that can
Yeah,
take a hit but can still maneuver, can back up quickly, peek around islands, stuff like that. Like you said, quick reload, so it can sit there on the edge of caps. It can defend caps from DDs, radar. Um, that would be a really spicy one, no question about it. If they were to buff Alaska's reload, I feel like that would maybe even make that boat a little more spicy. Because ever since
Yeah.
I put Scharnhorst on Alaska, and now I can actually hit my targets, because I've never had good dispersion with it. 9 shells, I'm probably landing 3 or 4. I've always felt that was so ridiculous with a 17-second reload. If I had a 5-second reload, I'd say screw it, you know. But I reload
yeah,
at almost the same time as some battleships. It's like that dude, I gotta be able to do what I need to do
Yeah.
in that amount of time. I get 1 or 2 salvos per radar. I get 3 radars, you know?
Well, that and you buff the guns on the strength of the turrets. Alaska's a little bit more strong ship, and you maybe
Right,
reduce some superstructure HP. I could
right,
see if those changes were made. I see Alaska as a very moderate
right.
contender for heavy and legendary tier.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely.
I do have to say, Wargaming. I have to say thank you because even though it took a year, they finally this update said that they are going to match like tiers. For example, DD against DD, not
Right.
DD against Yamato. Shimakaze versus Yamato. Oh yeah, that's fucking fair. Like,
Right.
so I do have to give them the credit, but like, why does it take 6 months for something that is so like you could play the game 4 times at legendary tier and just figure that out? Like how many times have I played a game or in my videos where there's like 4 destroyers on the other team and like 3 on our team?
Right.
Right.
It's just I feel like they listen, but it takes 8 months to make like the simplest of changes.
Well,
So thank you, Wargaming, but listen quicker.
I mean, we don't really know the technicalities of
Right. That's what I
I
was just
have
thinking.
all sorts of stipulations on how I think that legendary was implemented, but I don't know for certain, so it's kind of
Right.
silly for me to speculate.
Right.
Was this a whole technical issue? I don't know because we saw it get implemented at every other. Well, I think it was tiers 4 and up. That was
Mhm.
implemented very quickly, and this one it was so comedically imbalanced when you would see like, okay, well, this team has, one just a Tashkent, and this one has 2 Shimakazes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that
so
was like pretty much guaranteed loss at that point.
right. So I'm glad it's in there. We'll see. I don't think it was. I don't think that's the major issue in that in legendary tier, but it didn't help.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's no ranked is play until you can't play anymore. That's the best analogy I've heard.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm done with it. I
I,
can't
I
play
didn't
anymore.
finish I didn't finish last season. It's because it's I mean, no offense to the people on my team, but like they were just getting carried. Like
Yeah.
it was all gray badges and me and my purple badge were just annihilating. No offense.
Right.
Like I had an 86, you had a what, 92 peak?
92 or 96. Yeah, and I finished it. I'm gonna be real honest. 30-second short story. I did not want to fucking play ranked. I didn't want
Right.
to play ranked at all. Spartan kept hitting me up about playing ranked, and I was like, dude, I do not want to fucking play ranked. And one morning, I was up early and I was bored, so I was drinking coffee and I was streaming, just playing solo, just having a good time, playing whatever the fuck I wanted to play. And he hit me up about playing ranked, and I was like, dude, I don't want to do it, man. I do not want to play ranked at all. Like, just leave me alone. Like, I don't even want to play in a division. He's like, oh, come on, just give it one game. And I literally said this to him. I said, if we lose 2 games, I'm out. I'm not playing for the rest of the season. I said, I'll play until we lose 2 games. And we fucking went from, what was it, like rank 11 or 12 all the way up to like rank 3 or something before we lost a game. Like, and after we got out of tier 4, like I hate low tiers. I hate low tiers with a passion. Like I would rather
Right.
walk on hot coals than play tier 4 and below. Like
Give us tier 6 and up, please.
tier 6 and up, but even tier 5. I'm okay with tier 5. You know why? Because there's things like the Dallas at tier 5. I can spam HE, I'm a tiny target, I'm fast and maneuverable, and I can use islands and skill, and I can just beat most of the people that I'm going up against in ranked. So that's exactly what I did. And I actually had a really good time. Like burnt down battleships, caught the DDs slacking, punished the cruisers. Like I had a really good time.
I feel
Tier
like
6 got a little more challenging, but it was still, I had a Helena, How much
Yeah.
DACA does that thing put out? Like,
right. And like tier 6, you start to see a lot more radar. To me, I just think tier 6, we're getting into even greater variety. You've got like the
right.
the often forgotten Orkin. You have a
Mhm.
radar destroyer, which
Mhm.
in competitive mode or ranked or something like that would be way more interesting than as it is right now.
Yeah.
Even though I do really like that ship though, but yeah, I just
It's
feel like you
it,
get to see a lot more variety.
Well,
it
that's
was
why I
not.
like higher tiers, you know?
Yeah,
And you get heals, and you get radar, because that's the problem. That's the problem with low tiers. There's no radar. How are you not going to give me a radar when there's a ship that can be 5 kilometers from me, torping to kill me, and I can't see it?
right. There's a kamikaze 4.2 kilometers away.
That's crazy, dude. How is there no counter to that other than me driving at him with sonar on?
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
like,
the counter is to buy it.
Yeah.
oh, and what? Sit in a queue for 4 minutes to play ranked?
Right. I didn't play this past season. I played. That's not true. I played like 2 games, and I was like, nope. Whereas that the weekend sprint rank that they did a couple times ago, that one was the first one I've done since season 4 of ranked, and I actually really enjoyed that one. That wasn't too bad.
That one, yeah, I like that one. Again, it didn't feel quite like ranked, but
Right.
it was,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah. But what? See, they experiment with rank. They've told us before that it's not like high on their priority list, which I get. It doesn't bring them a lot of money.
Sure.
But why did
Right.
Arena go from tier 5, which was the first season, it was all inclusive, to tier 3?
Right.
Like why? Why? I still don't understand that.
And
But
they
now
have
it's
tier
tier
4
3.
coming out.
Yeah, but tier 4, but like with some of the aspects of Stellar Clash, right? You get the power.
Yeah, and my thoughts on that is that's just, I hate that.
Well,
We'll have
no,
to
I
see what they
don't.
are.
Yeah, no, because it makes people not go for the cap like morons.
Right.
But here's the thing: when I was playing Stellar Clash, I could take a battleship if I picked up a heal. If I picked up 2 heals and a reload perk, I could out DPM everybody and nobody could kill me. There was a point that I had 3 cruisers spamming me with HE and AP, whatever the fuck else. Destroyer trying to torp me. They couldn't kill me.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think
reloaded in 20 seconds. It's just a
I mean,
matter of time till I kill them all.
we'll see. I doubt that they will be. I mean, you got to remember the ships that we were using in there were the Shima, the Groza Kurfürst, and the Des Moines. And I don't think you're going to see them get that powerful in tier 4. But you never know, I
Probably
guess.
not, but you're still going to have something like a DD that runs around the caps unspotted.
Right, you're still going to have kamikazes in every match.
Well, hopefully
Kamikazes that pick up heals.
it's-
They pick up these heal perks if they put the heal perk in, which I think they will, because it was in Stellar Clash. And when he does get spotted, you take him down to 1 shot, and the next time you see him, he's back at full health.
God, I hope not. Well,
With
one, you should never see him again.
No, but if he turns and gets a smoke off, you don't have radar.
Right. No, I mean, a kamikaze should never be spotted. I was going to say, if as far as arena goes, though, as well as really like the 15 matches a day of XP. Like,
your
you
best.
can, right, your best 15 matches a day. Now, granted, 15 matches is still potentially like 3 hours a day. I can't play that much. Well, you guys can, but I don't. I can't play that much anymore. But that is a nice kind of equalizing factor for people who can't but still want to get in. Feel like they should be in that top 10%, but they can't dedicate all of their free time to do that. So I did think that was a really nice touch that they added.
Hold on.
In this one.
Hold on, back up. What are you talking about? 15 best 15 matches?
Yeah, that's
So
all your XP will count in
the
arena.
leaderboard is based off of your best 15 matches per day. Is it per
Yeah,
day?
per day.
So yeah, so now the guy who does playing on the shit bucket, I think as Meta said,
Yes.
is not just winning because he doesn't have a life or a job or anything. And no offense to like I was on the leaderboard for the first week of the first arena, so I'm making fun of myself here.
Right.
But that way that person can't just play more. They have to also be good. And a lot of those people are good, but
Gotcha.
that's what
This-
that's what
Well, with it being tier 4, I'm probably gonna just shoot for top 10 or 5% or something, I'm not going to play it too much.
You
You
are
mean you're not grinding for steel to get
you're
the
not
next?
dying to get that Iowa with radar?
No.
Yeah, I've said I don't much care for the Missouri. I want what's after the Missouri.
I was gonna say, after contemplating it, I don't even think I'll buy it.
Mm-mm.
I
I
don't
know
think
I'm not going to buy it because it's in Iowa with radar. I mean, I
Yeah.
have way too many problems with my Iowa now to grind my ass off for 9 months to buy a ship that I'm not going to want to play.
Yeah,
Right.
I think on
probably.
that note, guys, we've been
Yeah,
doing this
well, they
for
did.
an hour and 16 minutes. I think maybe we should consider wrapping it up.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think it will probably need to be trimmed down to about 15 minutes long. So
Yeah.
Well, for everybody that is still listening, very much appreciate the support. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast with MetaJerk and Where Are You, Aaron? The INID podcast, I Need Intelligence Data. If you guys are at all interested in seeing the Georgia or the Florida gameplay, head over to MetaJerk, head over to Where Are You, Aaron's channels. Watch them play it. Go drop a like and a subscription to them. But on that note, guys, I'm going to hang it up. I think we're going to call it here. So, appreciate you two joining. I had a pretty good time. I don't know about you guys, but I had a pretty good time. We'll definitely
Yeah.
have to do this again.
yeah, I think so, and I think it'd be nice addition on your Discord peak. People should check it out, but they could have topics that they would like discussed if they create a channel where people can
Oh, yeah.
That's a great idea.
put in some stuff. Because a lot of time we don't know what people want to hear, but
Right.
believe me, I have opinions on everything.
Don't
Unless
we
they
all,
tell
though?
us to triple Mikasa division again.
Yeah, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that. But, all right. We're going to sign off. Appreciate everybody watching. We'll
Peaks,
see you
thanks
guys
for
next time.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, run out.